Hello and good day. So I'm coming today with another story. So I had someone that reached out to me. She was suffering a lot. She had a lot that was happening in her life, and she just didn't understand what was causing all of these issues. So she decided to book a spiritual consulting deliverance session with me on my website. So the website is always at the bottom of this video. So if you want to try to get in contact with me, you can send me a message, inbox me, email me, or go straight to the website. So with this session, people ask me a lot, what does this consist of? So with the spiritual consulting deliverance session, of course, I'm able to speak with you, and I'm able to see if you have any demonic spirits attached to you. I'm able to see if you have any blockages. If so, I'm able to tell you where these blockages, how, of course, how they're formed, what spirits are attached to you. And I can give you the names of them. And I can also find out how they are tormenting you, so the things that they're doing. So I can give you all of that information during this session. And if we have time, I will also pray over you as well to remove these spirits. Now, this young lady, this is what she did. She reached out and she booked this session. So I started to see that she had multiple spirits, but I want to talk about one particular spirit today. Now, I prayed over her during that session, but she needed a deeper deliverance. So some people, their case is a little worse, and I have to actually come out to you to take you through a deeper deliverance process. So again, deliverance is a process. It's not like a one-time thing or one prayer and it's over. It's a process. So you want to make sure that you are going to someone that's doing this the correct way. So I had to go travel to her. So as I traveled to her, I had to do some things. And of course we were talking. So she started telling me about a story, something that happened to her one time. So, and I'm going to share that story with you now. And so she was inside of her room, and she was chanting. So she doesn't even know exactly what she was saying, but she was chanting. And she was chanting very loudly. So she had her sister that came to the room to try to figure out exactly what was going on. So the sister couldn't figure out what she was saying, because again, she was chanting almost like it was something that was in a different language. Now, when the sister came into the room and saw her chanting, she also noticed that she was lying on the bed. And when she was lying on the bed, she was laid out as if she was on the cross. So this is something that I kind of see a lot. It's almost like these demons like to mock, Yeshua when he was on the cross. So I see this happen. This happens a lot. Her sister was saying that her body just started to shake, and she was flailing all over the place. So, like her arms was moving wildly, her legs, and, they didn't know what was happening to her. Of course, the family members were her sister, she was scared. She didn't know what was going on. So she called in some family members into the room so they could figure out, what the issue was. Now, they didn't know what was going on. They didn't understand what was happening, so they just started to pray over her. Now, as they were praying over her, they were trying to, lift her up, try to get her off the bed. But they were saying the more that they prayed for her, the heavier her body felt. So, every time they tried to lift her, they noticed the more they prayed, it was like she weighed more. And it was just feeling like it was impossible to pick her up. Again, this is the demons. They do this type of stuff. So they continued to pray over her. They called more family members over to pray as well, because again, they didn't know what was going on. They said she seemed like she was possessed by something, but they just couldn't figure it out. So again, they continued to pray, and she started to kind of come out of this trance that she was in. So they were able to ask her, what happened? What's going on? and she said that something came out of her headboard. So she has like a wooden headboard. So, you know, on some of these bed frames, you'll have these wooden headboards, but the ones that are very, very thick, the real big ones, the real heavy ones. So it's made out of that real good quality wood. So that's what she had. A very thick and heavy headboard, the whole bed set to match. So she was saying, yes, something came out of the headboard. So they didn't understand. She was like, well, something came out of the headboard, and like it jumped into me. It came into my mouth. It came into my body. So, of course, nobody understood this, or, you know, even knew what she was talking about or what she was saying. So they had to call the paramedics to the home, you know, because they were saying that she was just sitting down, and just the way she was looking, the way she was laughing, they could tell that it wasn't her. It seems like it was something demonic. They were also saying the way she was swinging her feet, it looked like her ankles were dislocated, the way that they were moving and the way she was swinging them, but she didn't appear to be in any type of pain or anything. So once the paramedics got there, they tried to talk to her, tried to give her some shots to calm her down. Nothing was working, so she started fighting with them as well. She started fighting with the paramedics. So what ended up happening was they ended up taking her to the psych ward. And from that day, things just really, really went downhill. So she was trying to figure out exactly what happened. Now, the interesting thing about this is, again, she said something came through the headboard. So I walked over to the headboard and I placed my hand on it to see what I could feel and what I could see. So I automatically started hearing and seeing that it was a demon attached to the headboard. Now, again, this headboard is thick, it's very heavy, it's the real wood, and it's a huge headboard. Now, during the time when she was lying on the bed and, you know, moving like, you know, waving her arms and feet, moving like real wildly, she broke a piece of the headboard off. A piece of it. Now, keep in mind, this headboard has to at least about 4 to 5 inches thick of wood. But she broke this off. She broke this off with her hand. So people don't understand, when these spirits get in you, you will have supernatural strength. So this sounds unbelievable, it sounds crazy, but these demons and these spirits, they can do this like with nothing, the blink of an eye. So she broke a part of the headboard off the wood. So I was able to see that this spirit named Asmodeus was attached to the headboard, was attached to the bed. When I started commanding and speaking to this demon and asking how it entered, it told me through the previous owner. So she had actually got this bed from a family member, and the demon was already attached to the wood. So Asmodeus, the demon of lust, was attached to this wood, and she got the bed, and this demon was able to enter her. So I tell people, when you're getting things, especially from other people, you have to pray over everything. I mean, I tell people, even when you go to the Goodwill, yard sales, anything, pray over it. These demons, these spirits, they can attach to anything. And if you're going through something, or you're vulnerable, or you have a door open, they can jump into you, they can attach to you. So I asked her, was her family member like a very sexual person that owned the bed? She said yes. So again, this is how this demon was able to attach. So let's just say if it's a person having a lot of sex in that bed, so now that demon is attached to that bed, is attached to that wood. And so now she has the bed, and she has issues which she's allowing doors to be open, and that's how this demon attached to her. So this is how one of her issues started, and to the point that it has her on medication. And they're thinking that it's bipolar, schizophrenia, different things, but she'll go. I'm working with her to take her through deliverance, and Yeshua will free her. She is already feeling better and telling me, since she started the deliverance, that she is starting to laugh. She hasn't laughed in a while, so Yeshua will completely free her. Be careful and pray over everything.